Before we dive into today's crucial topic, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more important content to you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now let's get started. Imagine a clock, not just any clock, but one that symbolizes the fate of humanity. This is the Doomsday Clock. The Doomsday Clock is a stark reminder of how close we are to global catastrophe. It's not just a piece of machinery, it's a symbol that encapsulates the urgency of our times. The clock is not about fear-mongering, it's about awareness. It's about understanding the precarious balance we live in and the immediate actions we need to take. The Doomsday Clock is a powerful symbol. It compels us to confront the challenges we face, from climate change to nuclear threats and even pandemics. These challenges threaten our very existence. The clock serves as a visual metaphor, urging us to act before it's too late. We must act now to ensure a future for generations to come. The clock is ticking and time is running out. Every second that passes is a call to action, a reminder that we hold the power to change our destiny. The Doomsday Clock is not just a symbol for scientists and policymakers, it's a call to action for every individual. Whether it's reducing our carbon footprint, advocating for disarmament, or supporting policies that promote sustainability, each of us has a role to play. The clock reminds us that collective action is crucial. It's a shared responsibility that transcends borders and generations. By working together, we can turn back the hands of the clock and move towards a safer, more sustainable future. The Doomsday Clock is a powerful reminder that the future is in our hands. It's a call to action, a plea for awareness, and a symbol of hope. The time to act is now, before the clock strikes midnight. The Doomsday Clock was created in 1947. This symbolic clock was not just an ordinary timepiece, but a profound representation of the world's proximity to catastrophic destruction. It was a stark reminder of the fragile balance between peace and annihilation. The Bulletin of the atomic scientists, a group of experts deeply concerned about the future of humanity, created it. These scientists were not just any group, they were some of the brightest minds of their time, dedicated to understanding and mitigating the risks posed by technological advancements. These scientists worked on the Manhattan Project, the secretive and monumental effort during World War II that led to the development of the atomic bomb. Their work was groundbreaking, but it also opened Pandora's box, revealing the terrifying potential of nuclear energy. This project developed the atomic bomb, a weapon of unprecedented destructive power. The detonation of these bombs over Hiroshima and Nagasaki demonstrated the horrifying capabilities of nuclear weapons, leaving cities in ruins and countless lives lost. They witnessed the destructive power of nuclear weapons firsthand. The sheer magnitude of the devastation they had helped create weighed heavily on their consciences, driving them to take action to prevent future catastrophes. The clock was a warning to the world. It was set at 7 minutes to midnight, symbolizing the urgent need for humanity to step back from the brink of self-destruction. Each movement of the clock's hands closer to midnight represented an increase in global threats. The clock was initially focused on the threat of nuclear war. During the tense years of the Cold War, the possibility of a nuclear conflict between superpowers was a constant and terrifying reality. The clock served as a visual metaphor for the precariousness of the times. It quickly became a symbol of all global threats. As the years passed, the scope of the Doomsday Clock expanded to include other existential dangers facing humanity. It evolved to reflect the growing awareness of interconnected global issues. These threats include climate change, pandemics, and artificial intelligence. Each of these issues poses a unique challenge, but they all share the potential to disrupt and endanger human civilization if left unchecked. The clock's message is clear. Our actions have consequences. It serves as a constant reminder that the choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. The hands of the clock are a call to action, urging us to take responsibility for our collective future. We must act responsibly to safeguard our future. The Doomsday Clock is not just a symbol of doom, it is also a symbol of hope. It reminds us that we have the power to change our trajectory and create a safer, more sustainable world for generations to come. The Doomsday Clock has a simple but powerful message. Midnight represents global catastrophe. It's not a specific event, it's a point of no return. It's the moment when our actions lead to irreversible consequences. The closer the clock is to midnight, the closer we are to the brink. The time on the clock is set by experts. They analyze global threats and determine how close we are to disaster. Their assessment is a wake-up call for humanity. In 2025, the Doomsday Clock stands at 89 seconds to midnight. This is the closest it's ever been. It surpasses even the Cold War's most dangerous moments. The reasons are clear. We face unprecedented challenges. Climate change is accelerating. Nuclear tensions are rising. Artificial intelligence presents new risks. These threats are interconnected and amplify each other. The world is on a precipice. Without immediate action, we risk falling into the abyss. Section 5, the catastrophe of inaction. What happens if the clock strikes midnight? It's not a prediction, but a warning. It represents the potential consequences of inaction. It could be a nuclear holocaust, a climate catastrophe, a global pandemic, or a combination of these threats. The consequences of inaction are too dire to contemplate. We must act now to prevent such a future. The Doomsday Clock is not a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that we have the power to change course. Section 6, Ground Zero, Chicago. The Doomsday Clock is not hidden away. It's prominently displayed in Chicago. It's in the lobby of the Keller Center at the University of Chicago. This location is significant. The University of Chicago is home to groundbreaking research. This research helps us understand and address global threats. The clock's location is a constant reminder of the stakes involved. It's a call for action for the academic community and the world. Section 7. The world watches and waits. The Doomsday Clock is not just a symbol for scientists and policymakers, it's a global phenomenon. People around the world follow its movements with concern. They understand its message. The clock has been featured in countless news articles, documentaries, and even movies. It's become a part of our collective consciousness. It's a reminder that we are all in this together. We must work together to address the challenges we face. Section 8, a call to action, averting global catastrophe. In a world increasingly fraught with existential threats, the urgency to act has never been more pressing, from the looming spectre of climate change to the ever-present danger of nuclear proliferation. Our planet faces challenges that require immediate and concerted efforts. The Doomsday Clock is a stark warning, but it's not a message of despair. Instead, it serves as a powerful reminder of the precariousness of our current trajectory. The clock, inching ever closer to midnight, symbolizes the critical juncture at which humanity stands. It's a call to action. Across the globe, people are rising up, demanding change and taking a stand for a better future. These movements are not just about raising awareness. They are about driving tangible, impactful change. It's a reminder that we have the power to change course. Communities are coming together, brainstorming solutions and implementing strategies that can make a real difference. The collective power of individuals working towards a common goal cannot be underestimated. We can avert disaster, but only if we act now. The window of opportunity is closing, and the actions we take today will determine the fate of future generations. From emergency response teams to climate change rallies, every effort counts. Global leaders must work together. The challenges we face are not confined by borders, they are global in nature and require a unified response. International cooperation and collaboration are essential to address these threats effectively. They need to address the root causes of these threats. This means tackling pollution, halting deforestation, and mitigating the impacts of climate change. It requires a fundamental shift in how we interact with our environment. They must invest in solutions. Renewable energy, technological innovations, and green initiatives are not just buzzwords. They are the keys to a sustainable future. By investing in these areas, we can create a world that is not only livable, but thriving. They must prioritize the long-term well-being of humanity. This means focusing on humanitarian aid, community development, and educational programs that empower individuals and communities to build a better future. The time for complacency is over. The urgency of the situation demands immediate action. We can no longer afford to sit back and hope for the best. The stakes are too high and the consequences of inaction are too dire. The time for action is now. We have the knowledge, the tools, and the capability to make a difference. What we need is the will to act. Together we can avert global catastrophe and create a future that is safe, sustainable, and prosperous for all. Section 9. Every second counts. The Doomsday Clock is a reminder that every second counts. We must use our time wisely. We must act decisively. We must work together. The future of humanity is at stake. Let us heed the warning of the Doomsday Clock. Let us work together to create a safer, more sustainable future. Let us ensure that the clock never strikes midnight.